Repeat visits to a problematic elevator is forcing changes in how the fire department operates.
New this morning, the Kansas City Fire Department says it will now work more closely with the planning department to report elevators with any issues. Let's get right to 41 Action News reporter Charlie Keegan, who's been pushing the city on this topic. And Charlie, this doesn't always involve someone being stuck in the elevator, right?
That's exactly the case. 32 times this year, the fire station here has responded to Lawndale Heights as an example for an elevator rescue. And most of the time, that just turned out the elevator was stuck, but there was nobody trapped inside. So kind of stretching the department thin, going to a call where they probably don't need an emergency kind of response. But the fire department responds to those calls, but it doesn't have the kind of authority to hold a building responsible for fixing its elevator. That's the planning department. So we reached out to the planning department, and it said that it inspects elevators across the city once every year and then kind of relies on 311 reports to follow up on any potential issues. So when we looked through the city's data, we saw that there had been one 311 report about the elevator at Lawndale Heights within the last year, but inspectors said it was all okay and there was no violations there. But now moving forward, the deputy fire chief told me that he's telling his firefighters to make a more concerted effort to pass on information about bad elevators to the planning department so they can follow up on them.
A normal building, we hope to never have to conduct an elevator rescue, and there's numerous buildings in the city that have elevators and we never go to them. There's always issues that pop up. I mean, one or two a year is normal. I mean, that's not a big deal.
32 is when it starts to become a big deal for the fire department, and we did reach out to the owners of that building, Lawndale Heights, over on near 14th and Topping, and they say there's mostly seniors who live in that building, so they have an alarm monitoring company that passes on information to dispatchers, but the owners say they're going to work more closely with that alarm company to kind of better sort through those alarms and only really pass on the most emergency calls to the fire department when necessary. Reporting live, I'm Charlie Keegan, 41 Action News Today.